I think as much as the community has a lot of work to do, I think the university also has a lot of work to do.
Last year, the criticism to the response to August 11th and 12th centered around a lack of police response. But it seems as though this year the criticism has shifted and now is about how the police response was suffocating. Do you think that's a fair criticism? Or?
I think it's all about striking a balance, and obviously a year after what happened here last year, which was horrific. We have a team of people who really came together in a meaningful way over the last 6 months to develop a really comprehensive plan to be prepared for just about anything that could come our way. Certainly, I see there was a lot of law enforcement presence and a lot of coordination, a lot of communication involved, and for some I can see that was off-putting, but I feel that for the safety, which was the number one priority, we did not want to look back and feel like we should have done more. But it is a delicate balance between safety and also giving people the space they need to heal and to come together and to grieve in this case. And so I think that the approach was thorough and it was the right approach to take, but I understand where people are coming from, and we certainly are going to learn from every experience that we have.
The mayor also said in an interview with Vice last week, the demonstrations last year coming directly from two UVA graduates, and she said that they used what they learned at our university to put together these rallies. And how do you feel about that criticism of the university?
I think as much as the community has a lot of work to do, I think the university also has a lot of work to do to really ensure that it's sending the right message to this broader community as well as the university community. I certainly understand where people can see the university is fostering some of these ideals of white supremacy, and that comes through decisions about wages at the university, affordable housing. So I think it's really important for us to leverage those resources within the university as well as the broader community to really create a new path. And I'm certainly encouraged as a new president and a new administration comes in. I think that there's going to be a different vision for the university, and we want to partner with them in that vision.
The mayor also said that at no level of government do people trust the process. Do you think that's accurate?
I'm certain there are people who don't at any level. I'm certain there are many people that do. But I'm certainly not going to criticize anyone's perspective, and I think that trust has to be earned, and I'm certainly one that's committed to earning that trust and working with others within our city's government, including our law enforcement, to build that trust in our community.
Where do you think the city is headed on affordable housing in Charlottesville?
We have a huge uphill battle with really achieving to meet the needs of those of our lowest income residents in terms of housing. We really have gaps all over in terms of every income level, but obviously with our lowest income is where we have the greatest gaps in terms of supply meeting the demand. At the same time, there's just unfortunately obstacles that are often in place. As you mentioned, some of the developments that take place are largely done by right, and as a government we can't intervene unless people are asking for some special exceptions, but there certainly are a lot of things that we can do, and we first starts by understanding the needs. And so recently a housing needs assessment was done, and what we do with that data and how we bring our community involved into that conversation to really understand their needs beyond what the data is showing and really hear firsthand from community members on their desires and what they need is going to help us to develop a housing strategy. But it's also going to take a lot of funding. I know that the $50 to $100 million has been thrown out there, and understanding what are our options for how we can secure that funding, especially in an environment where state and federal funding is dwindling at times. What I can assure you is that there is certainly a broad commitment on this council, in this community, to address the needs of affordable housing, and unfortunately isn't going to happen overnight.
I guess just on a personal note, how are you feeling about your time on the council? Are you happy you ran? Do you think you're going to run again?
My kids are 8, 6, and 3, and right now there's this window where I really felt compelled and drawn to want to participate in city's government. But how long that will go on right now, I think will probably be limited to this term, and then revisiting it again at a time when it'll be less of an impact on my personal life.